So I had thousands and thousands of comments asking me to create a tutorial on how to become the void, which is basically this. And since I love my fans so much, that's what I will do. Now, disclaimer, most of this video will be the animation bit of the effect, which is just like the void consuming the person while or object. But I'm pretty sure that's what you're here for, so I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna get right into it. Alright, for this tutorial I'll be using the clip I had in my video, which is just my brother clutching his hands. So what we're gonna want to do with this clip is want to copy and paste it, and then put that on top of the original clip. Once you've done that, head into Fusion. And in Fusion, the first thing we're gonna want to do is want to mask out the object. Now, there's two ways to do it. There's a free one and then Magic Mask, which is the studio version. Since I know most of y'all don't have the studio version, I'm gonna show you a quick way how to do the polygon way, I guess. So bring down a polygon and connect it to your clip. As you can see, there's nothing on screen, so just turn off the polygon. But as you can see, I can still mess around with it because it is still connected to my clip. So all you have to do is just mask up your object. But if you do have a moving object, we'll have to like keyframe the whole thing, and it'll be a hassle. It'll just take a lot of time. So I do recommend finding a website, maybe CapCut, to mask out your objects before you get into this video, because if you don't, it'll take forever. Now, as you can see, my object hasn't been masked out yet, but all you gotta do to fix that is just boop, turn back on the polygon and your object will be masked. But since I do have Magic Mask, I will be using it. But don't worry, the polygon will still work for all the other steps in the video. Now that you have your object masked out, we're gonna add an ellipse, and then with that ellipse we're gonna add a displace. And make sure to uncheck this blue arrow and make sure it's yellow. And then we're gonna add a fast noise. Right now we can't see what's happening, but if you just press 1 in the displace, it'll show up on the left side of your screen. Now we're gonna work on the animation bit of this tutorial. In the ellipse, you're going to want to move the start of your animation somewhere where fits your video. For me, it'll be right here at the bottom, because I wanted to make it seem like the void is consuming my brother here. And now on the right side of your screen, you're going to want to delete that 0.5 from the width and put an equal sign. And just press enter on your keyboard and this thing should appear. All this will do is when you drag the X onto the height, it'll make sure so the height and the width will be the same length anytime you move the height. So what we're gonna do is go to the beginning of our clip and then just change both of these to 0 and then add a keyframe. And then towards the end or the middle, depending on your video, bring up that height and width. This is basically gonna be the consuming part of this effect. And then we're also gonna change the soft edge a little bit towards the middle, maybe-ish. It just depends on what it looks like on your screen. Now we're gonna head into the displace. Here we're gonna change the type to X and Y, and we're just gonna bring down the X offset and the Y offset. And then we're gonna also bring up the light power and the spread. And just bring up the Y refraction just a little bit, just not too much. Now we're done with the displace. Now let's head into the fast noise. In the fast noise, all we're gonna do is bring up the detail, the contrast, and the scale. And as you can see, none of this is being affected onto the actual video. So to fix this, we're gonna go down to our clip or Magic Mask or whatever you have in front of your clip, and we're gonna add a brightness contrast. And in the brightness contrast, you're going to want to go to the settings and then multiply by mask. And then you're going to want to grab the displace and connect it to the brightness contrast. And as you can see, we have the animation ready for the void effect. Now we have to make your object turn black because the void is black here. So what I like to do is head into the color page. Here all we have to do is bring down the contrast, but not all the way. just enough so you can see a little bit of the detail in your object. And then we're going to change the pivot all the way down so it turns black here. And I like to just bring down the contrast just a little bit more. And then I also like to bring down the saturation, the highlight, and the shadow. So as you can see, it looks like my brother here is turning into the void. And as you can see, we can see my brother here turn into the void. Now I kind of don't like some parts here, so I am going to go back into Fusion and change the light power here and just bring it all the way maybe towards the center here. And that should pretty much fix my problem there. And that's pretty much it for this tutorial. If you want to apply this to walls or like floors, you could go back into Fusion and right ahead of the brightness contrast you can add a DVE, and you can just change the rotation of this, so make it seem like it's on the floor here. Like imagine this was a wall or a floor, you can just bring it down like this, and see, it's like consuming the whole floor right there. But that's pretty much it for the tutorial. So if you liked the video, comment, like, and subscribe. Also, if you want to see me make a tutorial on something else, then just comment it down and I'll see if I can do it. Goodbye.